Hey guys, this is going to be part 2. So if you haven't seen part 1, go check it out. This is a long reading. I'm picking up on a lot of like Mercury retrograde energy, a lot of karmic energy. Things are, cycles are being closed out. We're getting all kinds of, secrets being revealed. And, I was looking at these cards here and I'm like, the best decision you ever made was to choose yourself in a situation, leave relationships behind that weren't serving you. It could have been people, places, things, family, coworkers, friends, lovers. I feel like you were guided on a different path and it's your soul's path. Okay. And then as well as the soul's path and choosing that, I feel like with the King of Swords, this is like seeing things from a higher perspective and receiving truth and clarity about a situation and the direction to take. I feel like this is protection as well. And then I also have the Sun. So this tells me that like you're divine energy here. You have a lot of vitality, very positive, very optimistic, very loving. You're meant to plant seeds on your path. I have the Fool. So this tells me like whatever you've gained in this new perspective is meant to be shared. I feel like you're taking a leap of faith, okay, with God. All right. And then I have the King of Cups and the Tower. I feel like if you were dealing with someone from the past, I feel like this is representing them and what's playing out in their life. So that's a bit of a summary here. We are dealing with like narcissistic energy. We are dealing with like water sign energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Maybe their friend group and how they're all watching you live your best life and they're trying to figure out how the hell did you do this? We sent you all kinds of shit your way. I feel like they're talking about an air sign, this couple. I feel like they're heavily rooted in temptation and lust and physical passion. I feel like you're stronger than maybe what they anticipated. They're dealing with their own karma and backlash. So this is going to be where we pick up and continue with part 2. So I'm going to call on Archangel Michael and I ask you to cover us in your blue cloak of protection, surround us in a bubble of light, divine white light, as I connect to the other realm with the intention for the highest and greatest good. And so it is. All right. So we're going to get some more details regarding this couple and what's playing out here for the channel. Don't make things resonate for you if they don't. Okay. And if you need clarity, then I would recommend a personal reading. I have like 5 or 6 options, maybe 4 or 5 options on my website at betweenbothworlds.org if you want to book a personal. All right, what do we have that can clarify this more for our channel? Somebody would like to bring a visit, a knock, an unexpected stop by, ringing by the house, but they can't. It's in reverse. They will not make it. Someone's confused, lost, feeling invisible, and wanting to run away from a love connection. Like there's this emptiness. There's no love there. Something's playing out regarding summer. Maybe this life partner, air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I have earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So this could be an earth sign dealing with the fire sign, or you could be the earth sign. I'm getting someone has heavy emotions right now. Things are just in and out, clashing like big waves. I'm trying to keep it from falling on the floor. Sometimes it goes on the floor because it's meant to be in reverse. That's sometimes how it gets in reverse. Let's ask if this should be in reverse. Should this be in reverse? This is in the upright. All right, so then I'm getting like someone's going through a potential relationship. Maybe the end result here will be marriage. It could be a soulmate energy. I feel like you're going to be sharing goals and having long-term happiness. And then I have someone who is a runner and is broken up. Maybe someone is recognizing that you were their soulmate and there was a high level commitment here and there were goals being set and there was meant to be long-term happiness. I feel like they're heavily in their emotions at this time. I feel like they chose, you know, something else over the commitment with you, and now they did not prioritize your family and they were not family providing. I feel like they entertained the lust, and as a result, it's from childhood wounds. Okay, so maybe the pattern here is that their father, their mother, whatever that is, I feel like these wounds could be, you know, as a result of their upbringing. And, you know, maybe there's something that they're having to keep a secret, or maybe something was kept a secret from them. I feel like this is like a trauma response here. A lot of what's going on here. All right. What about this commitment? That's regarding the past? Yeah. I feel like there's this like major self-realization here about what they had and what they chose. Yeah. Thinking of you, profile creeping, blocked contact, profile searching. Okay. They're left out in the cold. They don't have access to you. So the only way that they can access you is by stalking, which is illegal. Guess they're looking to rack up more time in court. I feel like somebody wants to surprise you, maybe bring you a gift, take you out on a date. Could be earth sign, could be fire sign. All right, I feel like somebody is going to appreciate you for who you truly are. Okay, and I feel like someone's trash is someone else's treasure, baby. You're a treasure. You're a vibe. You lead with love. And I feel like whatever you are attracting is that. Okay. Look at more secrets here being exposed. Someone's hiding the truth and being judged. All right. You're at the point where you're like, let people think what they want to think. What they think doesn't matter. All right. You have that much power. So claim it, own it. Okay. No one can steal your power unless you give it to them. Someone's sneaky. They're hiding behind fake profiles. I think they have friends like stalking behind fake profiles, and they're plotting. They're plotting something, and it has something to do with social media. So they could have involved their social media. The social media stalkers were engaged, and it's part of this friend group. Whoever they're friends with, they're refusing to change. Okay. Yeah. Look at, I have a secret admirer. I'm watching. Okay. And then I have sneaky, and I have refusing to change. Okay. So I feel like there's still nothing's changed. They're just doing it in secret. They're still stalking. They're still like maybe even reporting your social media accounts. Maybe you're having trouble with that kind of stuff. I feel like they're searching. They're looking. They're stalking. They're gang stalking. I feel like you experience beautiful downloads, confirmation, spirit world communication here. All right. You saw what you needed to see so that you could get out of this situation. Okay. I'll never forget the time I was laying with someone and I closed my eyes and I saw a demon attached to the person. All right. So spirit communicates, and it was and the demon was red. And so it was like a demonic attachment to this person, and I'm clairvoyant. And so I was able to see. I'm a seer. So pay attention to that shit. And I was engaged to this person, by the way. I don't just lay with people. But I feel like spirit communication comes in all forms, and dreams, visions are, ways in which they communicate. Yeah, somebody wants to call you and hear your voice. They miss you. They want to express things to you. They want to show up. Could be a water sign. I have it at the bottom of the deck here. That's why I say it. Let's see. Someone, yeah, look at who wants to call and tell on somebody, the person who they're dealing with. And maybe I feel like there could be more than one. I feel like someone has uncontrollable desires. Someone like must have. There's some sort of hunger for pleasure, and there's insatiable. So I feel like whatever's going on here, it's happening around the fall. All right, I feel like someone is putting on a front. Someone's a people pleaser. Someone has weird behavior, and they're wearing a mask, and they have hidden motives. All right, so if you receive a call from potentially the third party or an associate of them, don't answer it. Okay, they have hidden motives, and they're putting on a front. And what they want to do is create chaos. They want to do more triangulation, 12-12 on the timer. So don't get involved. If it doesn't feel right, it's not right. Trust your intuition. Yeah, look at obsessed. All right, they're obsessed. They can't let go. That's a 4 of Pentacles, right? Where is that? They can't let go of your energy. They can't admit their wrongs. They're continuing to try to harvest off your energy, and that's why they want to call. That's why they want to get re-engaged, because they need your energy. They're obsessed. They're clinging to you in the past. You're like a drug to them. You're like sugar. And sugar is deadly. All right, they're feeling the pressure. Okay, they feel like there very well could be an intervention going on with somebody because they're so on edge. I have around winter. I have signs, synchronicities, spiritual contracts, telepathic abilities, and dreaming. Could be of this new soulmate that's coming into your energy. You could be connecting them. You could be connecting with them energetically, or you could be receiving messages from the divine spiritual communication. Look at trash is in reverse. So we'll let that come out on its own if it's meant to. I feel like you have strong connection. Like I was just saying, 12-12. Look at all these angel numbers on this card. Okay, yeah. And then I have someone who's thinking of you, profile creeping, blocked contact, and profile searching. I feel like they're jealous. They're jealous of you. I feel like they're jealous of many people. I feel like they're petty and they're attention seeking. And they're a snake in the grass. Okay? They're jealous that you're happy without them because you left them out in the cold, because they would rather, do what they do. And you're like, okay, go do what you want to do. I'm going to do what I do. Peace. I feel like that wasn't good enough for them. They wanted to continue to bully and abuse you. All right. This is someone who has childhood wounds, someone who's easily triggered. They're going through flashbacks as it relates to how they treated you. All right. I'm getting like they're ready to explode. I feel like they may have actually gotten caught in the act. Someone got caught in the act, okay, and is dealing with the law enforcement. It's as it relates to temptation. Okay, there's criminal history here. I'm getting that there was money exchanged here for sex, and they got caught in the act, and they're being held accountable as part of their karma. So they either got caught by the karmic, and the karmic has evidence, or they got caught by the law enforcement. Look at it, comes out officially. Okay, we're using it then. All right, fair enough. Yeah, I feel like there's criminal history now for this person. Maybe there wasn't before. They could be going to jail. Or they've been arrested, or they're in court. They're dealing with court. Because I do have justice here. Look at. So early on when we were using the tarot, there was justice coming out, legal issues coming out. It's because of this. And they got caught in the act. And they're trying to get out of it. They're trying to figure out a way out of it. Maybe the person that they thought they could trust in this whole situation as it relates to the lust is turning on them. Children are involved. Okay, this is a long reading, y'all. Okay, let me put. Excuse me while I organize. I'm trying to keep it neat. There's a lot of cards here and clear. Let's see. I'll leave that as a blockage. Okay, fine. These don't need to be across like that. All right. Gotcha. Okay, we're better. All right. What else do you want to share that the channel needs to be aware of during this Mercury retrograde and the end of a karmic cycle here that can help them make decisions for themselves and their highest and greatest good as we navigate regrets, being distant, guilty, feeling ashamed, blamable. They might have blamed you, but they were responsible. They're feeling like time's running out. Okay, like if they don't get a chance, then that's it. They're feeling the pressure of that. Okay. I feel like they're reminiscing, looking at photos, maybe remembering the good times. I feel like they're dwelling on the past. They're being forced to reflect and go within because they've been running amok. Yeah, I feel like there's no contact here. Okay, this energy just plays with people's heartstrings. Okay, they play games. They play with feelings. They string people along, keeping them stuck and stagnant. This is not an energy to deal with here. I feel like there's an energy here that's entertaining options. Maybe, I mean, I'm seeing two women here, so that could represent maybe same sex. I feel like this could be something that they're not willing to admit, but doesn't necessarily have to be that either. I feel like this is just representing as well like addictions and the player attracted a player, as well as doing them as if they were done unto you kind of energy. So I feel like there could be someone that is their karma. And then I have inspired by you, songs, emotional bond, and telepathic love. So actually this goes here. Yeah, because I'm getting like they're jealous. They're needing sources. They need to feed with the snake. They need to feed the addictions. Okay? I feel like you're going to be aligned with someone who values you. Someone who is inspired by you and you them. Someone who is willing to be emotionally available. There's a bond there. There's a union here. You're getting a second chance at love, regardless of whether this person wants that for you or not. It's not up to them. They thought that they could manipulate and control the situation and keep you trauma bonded to them while they fed their addictions. I feel like they're jealous that you're moving on without them and there's nothing they can do about it. Okay? They took a risk, an uncalculated one. They made unsafe decisions. They rolled the dice, and more partner to partner energy, player to player. I feel like there's something that they risked that now they're paying for. I feel like, again, that the clown energy. They're a clown. They're feeling humiliated and feeling ashamed. I feel like they're hiding themselves. I feel like they could have like, you know, like those down low. I'm getting down low. For some of you, this energy is down low. And they have apps or contacts that are hidden. Okay, I feel like they're hidden behind, and I feel like there's fake profiles. I feel like there's, you know, trying to, I'm hearing shade. I'm hearing shade themselves, like cover themselves, cloak themselves. I feel like they're very focused on how things appear. Okay, and that's why they hide themselves behind fake profiles, plotting. Okay, social media. So they could hit people up on social media, okay? They may use a fake profile. They may try to, like, you know, come on your social medias and comment and report things under a fake account so they don't get caught. There's, like, fake account stuff going on here. It's just ridiculous. I feel like, you know, happy place with somebody new, a new boo, all right? Somebody that's going to prioritize you. I feel like it's new love and it's enjoying one another. And then I have decisions, holding back and coming towards you and procrastinating because they're not happy where they're at. And here's the thing, like that's for them to deal with. Like, don't bring that shit to me. Don't bring that shit to my collective. If you shit where you eat, you have to eat your shit. I feel like our channel and everyone who watches this has been through their growth and development. And for those who haven't done it yet, hate to break it to you, it's coming if it's not already here. All right? Silence. That's right. Keep your business to yourself. Okay? Don't tell anybody anything because you know that they don't have good intentions for you. Okay? I feel like the secrets are being revealed on just how obsessed this person is, potentially with an air sign, okay? And what you're creating here, they're obsessed, okay? They're being judged and there's someone hiding the truth. They're being exposed, all right? I feel like they're not getting away from their situations, okay? They're going to have to deal with these head on, okay? They're not going away. They're not going on a vacation, an adventure. They're staying stuck and stagnant right where they're at so they can make changes in their life. All right? I feel like you're devoted. I feel like you're happy and you're feeling complete. You've gone through a major transformation. You've integrated the light and the shadow into one and have this beautiful energy about you. And they can't touch this. Okay? Can't touch it. Your love, your self-love is stronger than anything that anyone here could say or do. I feel like you have positive intentions and you are self-aware. Denial. They're going to deny this player activity. They're going to deny addictions. They're lying. They're lying. They're lying. They're lying. Okay? I feel like they're defensive. They're putting up walls. There's past trauma and they have a blocked heart chakra. They're refusing to give in. Okay? They're refusing to give in. They're a perpetual liar. Like, nothing they say is truth. If they tell you anything, you can't believe anything that they say. They're constantly running a game. If there's no evidence, no proof, continuously deny, then there's nothing to oppose them. They say whatever they want to say. They do whatever they want to do without any accountability. But here's the thing, like, they forgot. I feel like they're remembering. Look at communication, awaiting a text, a voicemail, and something approaching. It could be something regarding this union energy or this denial. Look at, here's the risk card. Partner to partner, unsafe decisions, not thinking. And they're humiliated and feeling ashamed for whatever risks they took. Okay? All right. We'll get one more. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, look at. There's that baby. Someone may have told someone that it was their baby to keep them from you, and now they're finding out that they were entrapped with this pregnancy, and they may now be finding out that it's not theirs, and they could be absolutely furious. They could be having like so much overwhelm that they don't know how to process it. They're very angry, they're very triggered. Okay. Someone could have used that as a form of control and manipulation. Okay. So that they didn't move on from them, or come back to you. All right, then. What do you got? Anything else with this? Yeah, I feel like someone's furious with rage. They have built up emotions, overwhelming thoughts. They're triggered, and they need some anger management. Water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and then we have fire signs in the reverse. So they're fighting with each other, this water sign energy and this fire sign energy. All right, I'm taking that they can't trust this person. The person that they've been dealing with, this fire sign, or maybe they're the fire sign. There's betrayal here. There's cover up. There's secrets. There's entrapment here. There's manipulation. There's like, you name it, it's here. There's like unsafe exchange here. Rolling the dice. Okay. And now they're having to deal with the backlash. Okay. They've gone through some form of humiliation. Maybe people are finding out the truth now about what this person does in the shadow, with maybe unsafe decisions. Oof. Family. They have a family with this person. I feel like the trash has taken itself out. It came out officially all on its own, this card. I feel like whatever this was, it did you a huge favor. I feel like this helped to release you from a family dynamic that was not for you. Children, responsibilities, innocence. There were innocent children involved in this fucked up situation. Excuse my French. Okay? Innocent people were involved. Innocent children were hurt. Okay? Someone has proof. They're not able to get away from this proof. Someone could be trying to clean things up so that there is less proof, less evidence, but I feel like someone's throwing out memories, letting go, screenshots, too much. Somebody wants to work it out. Someone wants to negotiate. Someone might come to you and beg. Justice is, somebody is refusing to tell the truth when it comes to justice, legal matters, divorce. They're not going to tell you the truth about why they're dealing with the law. That's what I'm getting. They want to beg with you and plead with you, but they're not going to be honest. They're going to hide the truth about why they truly are dealing with the law and why justice is being served in this time. There's legal papers, there's court, there's divorce, there's legal matters. Things are being balanced out for messing around with you. All right, twin flame energy. They could be a reflection of your soul, or they were dealing with someone who reflected back to them what they are. And that, my friend, is justice. Sweet justice. All right. Yeah, I was getting this down low energy for some of you. Again, like they're jealous of who you are, and they could, you know, very much be, if a man is envious of a woman that they're with, they're down low. They want to be that woman. And so they do everything they can to break her down. And I feel like that's this triangulation. That's the other woman, the secret hookups. I'm getting like, here are some of these secrets. All right. Someone is in the closet and in the down low. So I feel like that's also coming out, if that is what I'm picking up here. That's what I'm getting. So I don't know, y'all. It's a lot. So that could be who, I feel like there's I don't know. Someone is really like feeding their addictions at this time, which is sad. I hope that they get the help that they need, right? Somebody is dealing with some mental health or physical health, you know. There's a lot of resources out there. And if it's an emergency situation, go to the emergency room. Okay? But what I'm getting is, collective, you're not the person that they should be coming to. Okay? So if someone's coming to your doorstep or sending communication, asking for help, there's professional services out there. Tell them to go and find professional services. You're not it. You're not someone that they should be seeking any kind of help from. All right, so don't settle. Okay, you're not like the wet doormat that they get to step on over and over and over again. All right. So just remember that, like, they're dealing with karma and they need to face it. Okay, they need to face it and they need to deal with it. It's for their own soul's growth and development. You don't want to get in the way of that, and you don't want to be involved in their dark shit. Okay, because they're dealing with their own need to self-evaluate, and that is something that they have to do alone, not with you. Okay, again, like separation on purpose. Okay, don't undo what God did as a favor for you. Okay, don't undo God's favor. Okay, because these energies no longer being in your life is God's favor. All right, them having to deal with exactly what they are is God's favor. Okay, it's actually mercy. All right, because there's God's love for all. And yes, they are going to be triggered, and they are going to be forced to remember everything that they've done behind the scenes, in secret. They've not owned up or been accountable for any of it, not a single one of them. So I feel like whatever plots and plans they have or had, they are experiencing that in their lives. Okay, that's their karma for coming after a high priestess or a high priest, working for God, working on their own self-mastery and transformation to be a better human. They want to come and they want to attack, defame, derail, block, con someone like that. They're accountable for their decisions and their actions. So let them be accountable. Okay? They're unsatisfied. Of course they are. They're not going to be satisfied. Ever. That's the trauma. That's unhealed. Okay? They don't know loyalty if it hit them in the face. Okay? They don't get to come back into your energy and have this again. Like, they threw it out like trash. That's fine. Right? That's what we say. That's fine. Let them. Let the trash take itself out. I feel like it took itself out. I feel like it took itself out. All right. Make sure I got my cards here. You're leaving this situation behind once and for all. You've learned what you came here to learn in this situation. And for many of you, you're being called to share your lessons, your trials, your tribulations, your testimony, because You are that guiding light. Okay? Sometimes that is what we're here to do, is to experience it and then help others through it. So if that's for you, I commend you for rising above the situation and going within for the guidance and having a beautiful heart and not wanting to be like those who hurt you, right? Because hurt people, and we need to change that here on this planet. And so let's be a better race by, not perpetuating more pain and healing through our trauma. So I hope this finds who needs it, and I will see you guys on the next reading. As a reminder, twice a week we have a circle. It's open to everybody. It just requires signing up on the website. It's called Our Circle. You can find it in the services, I believe, at betweenbothworlds.org.